there's no camera for me, but that's okay. I think my camera wants to be a VTuber right now. That's the problem. I think this has happened to us before. That's okay. Let's just go. All right.
All right.
Yeah. So, ExtraLife. It happened last week. What were your thoughts? What do you? Let's just jump right into it because we both got something at 8 o'clock and we were delayed by some storage issues caused by a mod, but it's good now. We're able to log in. We're able to look at everything. Yeah. All right, so let's just jump into it. Let's do it. So right away, initial react. How do you feel that this year's ExtraLife went?
It went a lot faster than I thought it was going to be.
That's a good. Yeah. Okay.
Like I 24. I mean, I've helped out on the other ones, and and I think the last two I was there the entire 24 hours helping, not necessarily GMing. And this felt so fast. Like by the time we finished the first thing, we were already like, I mean, okay, so it took a long time to get through the first dungeon, but it did not feel like it took a long time to get to the first dungeon. If that makes sense.
No, I got you. Yeah, you, me, and Will were more concerned about how long it was taking than the players, it felt like. Yeah. I don't know. My players, I had a group that was like just happy to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like they were kind of like, they were down for whatever. But
my group was like, man, this hurts.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So I thought that a return to some of our classic elements was a smart move. I thought that the Mysterious Stranger being the only way for players to buy Gashapon was great.
They got around it though.
How'd they get around it?
They bought gifts from heavens and had them spawn randomly.
Yeah. I mean, but then it spawns randomly and they got to get it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, there weren't too many dungeons where you could just buy them and then just walk over and pick them up, right? I mean, not if you were, centering the camera and dropping them in randomly, but I mean, could make it cheaper to buy them from the guy in the future. You know what I'm saying? But
I think it was fine the way it was.
Yeah. But like I thought the return of him and Deborah was good. I thought that not being able to just buy all the Gashapons right before starting the adventure was good. I feel like having that initial like ball busting, quarter munching like level 1 fight, it really puts it in perspective 25 hours later when you are two-headed kaijus doing a Kamakami Kai fusion laser beam attack on the strongest monster in the game, who just had his adventure announced officially. So we kind of jumped the gun on that a little bit. Yeah, man. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good this year. Yeah.
I had a blast running it. It was very fun.
Yeah.
Like fun is the word that I want to describe it.
Every 25-hour D&D marathon has been very trying. I'm going to just put it out there. It's been very trying because D&D falls apart the higher level you get, but like the higher level you get in the marathon, right? Like the longer you've been playing, and like your brain is just like cooked, right? So you're trying to run and mitigate and adjudicate like a very, let's just be honest, a very loosely defined system at a high level of play with a lot of crazy homebrew thrown in, and you're also very tired. I didn't feel like that at any point during the Pathfinder marathon. I always knew, and this is crazy for me to say, I had faith the whole time that I could trust the game, the rules, and the system to keep working. Like, I was blown away. There were things I had a lot of doubts. I'm going to be honest. I had a lot of doubts going into it. I I was worried about the proficiency with that level, because what I had read online, people were kind of saying it was like hit or miss. But I trusted your design instincts that, you know, if you thought it was the right thing for the marathon, it'd be the right thing. And I do feel 100% it was the right call for the marathon. Yeah, like it did exactly what we needed it to do. Which was sort of force a need for equipment, boons, buffs, because they just didn't have that innate like level bonus to carry them.
I mean, when the space one, when they were fighting the spider, the Skull Queen, and like the tarantulas came through, they're level 13. The tarantula like level 7. The tarantulas was like holding their own.
Yeah, exactly.
They weren't a threat, but they were also
those
holding their own.
praying mantis were only like level 3, and they were like manhandling. I mean, they had 2 character deaths on the praying mantis. Like, and I was like, this would never happen in the normal game. Like, it would never happen. But like, at no point did I feel like the game could ever slip out of control. It was so weird. It was like, I don't know. And everything just kind of went how we sort of thought it would go, because the system, again, was like, when we sat down with the tree raiser that I built, and you guys were like, oh, he's going to need a lot more hit points than that. And we kicked those hit points up to 1,500, and then he kaiju'd right away, and he got 200 more temp HP on top of that. He still only lasted 2 rounds. And it was just like, everything that we talked about, everything that we like planned ahead of time, it actually held up. It was amazing. Yeah, so that was really good. Really good. All right, so before we do any more positives, we don't want to end on a negative. So let's talk about the negatives. What was like, I don't know, what was a negative that you can think of? Because I got a few. I got a few that I can think of. But the number one that comes to mind for me is Foundry itself let us down, because all of the secrets on the magical items were revealed. And I have no idea why that happened. But it was, and I'm not going to blame Pathfinder for that. That was 100% a Foundry issue. But I think it robbed the players of like a lot of fun, you know, surprises that they could have had. So it did feel a little stale compared to last year, because last year had all those like forced team swaps, and like they couldn't trust the magic items all the time, because, you know, they were always
I think next year, if we do this, all the secrets are going to be in a journal.
Oh yeah, just in a design doc or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't risk it at all. That made me want to go back to every game that I'm running and try to figure out, like, is there secret text here? Can I trust the secret text to actually stay secret? Like, I mean, I really was disappointed in that. Levels on your spaceship. I learned a fascinating thing. The height of a token is determined by the size of the token, not by what you put. So if a token's height is 0 in its settings, that means it's going to have the height assigned to it by its size. So if you have a map that's the perfect size for a monster to not fit, the monster will get shunted into like the 3rd dimension. And you won't see it anymore, but it will still be on the map. That was a really frustrating at 3 in the morning to try and figure that shit out. Like, that was not cool. That was not.
When I was building that map, it kept happening to the 3 big monsters, and so I went through and adjusted the 3 big monsters tokens. The problem is that as soon as you change their size, it goes back, and they were like, oh crap, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so like Juice Golem, right? Our first Juice Golem of the campaign. He's 20 feet tall, allegedly, right? So I'm trying to bring him. I'm just dragging Juice Golem after Juice Golem. I'm like, it's not loading. And then I'm like, I can see it for like a second, and then it disappears. Like, maybe I got to restart the server. Maybe. No, it's just he was too tall to fit. So, that was another one. I love levels, but like, man, is it picky? Like, I worked so hard on that particular map for that, you know, one campaign. And you can still see up through the bottom of the maps, and I still haven't figured out why. I put in a ticket with, like, you know, Ripper, like, he doesn't know why it's happening. Like, it's annoying.
Yeah.
I love the mod. I think it's fantastic, but also, gosh, is it picky? Is it picky? So that was another thing, like 3 a.m. trying to solve levels issues, not fun. And then the third thing that I didn't like, and I knew this was going to happen, I spent over 10 hours building and designing that Hell's Kitchen dungeon, and then nobody used it. So I was pretty sad about that. And it's the only dungeon that didn't get used. So I feel like a real loser that I spent all that time that I didn't have to make that dungeon.
Labyrinth didn't get used either.
Okay, I mean, listen. Your Labyrinth compared to my Hell's Kitchen is not the same. That is not. That's like I cooked Thanksgiving dinner and you made a peanut butter sandwich. Okay, like.
No. I'm not denying it.
That would be like me being like, yeah, I'm sad that we didn't use my arena. It's like, you mean the static map that we just throw tokens in because we didn't have any other content? That one? Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm really sad we didn't use that one. No, Hell's Kitchen was fucking amazing. I worked so hard. I worked up until the deadline to try to make that as nice as possible. It was like Baldur's Gate 3 nuanced, okay? There were so many pathways you could take, so many things you could do, and then to have it all, it just never got used. So I am tempted before the end of the year to have Peanut run a ExtraLife one-shot of Hell's Kitchen, and it basically is like
Peanut runs Hell's Kitchen.
Peanut runs Hell's Kitchen, and it's like during, there were a tremendously important event happened on November 2nd and 3rd, and these Leshies, they went from zeros to heroes, blah blah blah, but they weren't the only Leshy heroes. There was another group that didn't get that got lost on the way there. This is their story, and all it is just an extraction mission. That's it. It's just an extraction mission. You got 4 meta hours to get out, or you fail the scenario. If you get out sooner, we all high five. We made money for charity. We call it a day. But like that's it. Like, because I don't want that to go to waste. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I said we could roll it into next year's, but like I don't know what we're gonna be doing next year. You know what I'm saying? Like hell, we don't even know if the map will still work next year. Somebody pointed that out to me. So yeah. Anyways, those are the 3 things that kind of I didn't like. When you think about it, none of those things are Pathfinder's fault. That's what I think is incredible. Yeah. None of my complaints are with Pathfinder at all. Like, at all. I had 2 Foundry issues and 1, I don't know, skill issue, I guess. That's my fault. But yeah, like, it was just bad luck. So, like, that's pretty damn good. If the 3 things that I'm upset about had nothing to do with the game system or the players or the adventures or the Gashapons, I mean, that's incredible. So yeah. So what about you? Was there anything that you were like, man, this could have been better?
I mean, 100% the secret thing. Because as soon as Remy said to me, "Hey, I can see the secret," blood drain. I was so sad. Yeah. He had gotten the graft one, and so I was like, "Oh man, I can't wait." Power.
Yeah, that's gonna be so fun. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But then he saw it, and he was like, and then he didn't decide. Because he saw it, he knew what it does. He decided never to use it because he didn't want to ruin the other people's. They're in the middle of something. He didn't want to ruin it for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit, like, we had some pretty solid groups that all got along with each other, and like, I had like the noob babies, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And like, they were having a good time, and 3 of them were friends in real life, and then we had Seth, who was just like fucking beast mode. He went from like needing me to like level up his character to just absolutely dominating Pathfinder by the end of the marathon. So like, I wasn't too sad that the players didn't get shuffled around, but I feel like some of the best and funniest things that happened last year were because of those kind of mechanics. So like, so that was a bummer.
We had a little bit of that with Farmers Markets. Was always a great.
Yeah, Farmers Market was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah. So
I like Farmers Market. That should be a staple moving forward. If we do the two thing, and I guess is the 2 thing becoming a staple of ExtraLife now?
All right. So real talk, going into ExtraLife, I was like, this is year 9 for me. Maybe year 10 is gonna be the last time I do this, because I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm getting old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be staying up 25 hours and stressing myself out prepping for it and all that kind of stuff. Like, hanging out with 4 people, playing Baldur's Gate 3 for 4 hours, for 25 hours with 3 other people. That's like a normal day. You know what I'm saying? Like, Monster Hunter for 25 hours, Sea of Thieves for 25 hours. That's not hard. Like, I'm not trying to put down anybody that's their extra life thing is to play their favorite game for 25 hours. Hell yeah, good for you. That's amazing. Raise awareness, you know, like, get some funds raised up, all that kind of stuff. But, like, it's a different thing, right? It's like earlier when I said I made Thanksgiving dinner, you made peanut butter sandwich, right? Like, it's like showing up to play your favorite game for 25 hours is fun. Organizing 10 plus people into a charity event, and then like going in and building an entire like 25-hour long adventure and like collaborating with other people. We had like meetings for this. We had project documents for this. It was like work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't just showing up and playing a game. So like going into it, I was just like, man, maybe next year we'll go all out, be some grand spectacle, and then that'll be the last one I do. And then I'll just like play video games like everybody else. And then during the marathon, I was like, man, this is great. Like, this is really fun. I really like this. Then when it was over and I went to bed, when I woke up after that first sleep, you know, like the extra life, and you go to sleep, you sleep during the day, I thought I was going to die. Like, I woke up and I was like, I was dehydrated and I was like sore and like my eyes hurt. I was just like, oh, what am I going to do? But like, I ate a ton of like meat. It was like fucking One Piece character. I ate a ton of meat. I ate a ton of carbs. I like drank a lot of caffeine. I took a lot of headache medicine, and like then I was feeling like better, and then I went to sleep again, and I woke up and really best recovery from extra life I've ever had. And I think a part of it is like how much less stress it was to run Pathfinder. Like, I do think that might have had something to do with it.
When we were talking yesterday, I said Pathfinder treats their DMs really well.
Yeah, it does, man. And also, like, we were talking yesterday about Battle Zoo. We got to use the fusions in my game, and they were so cool, those Battle Zoo fusions, that I was like, I would run a miniseries about 5 players who are collectively Tiamat. Tiamat's been like banished from the Forgotten Realms, banished from Avernus. She's like in Galarian now, and she's got to rebuild her power and like, you know, come back strong, become the new deity of Galarian kind of thing, since like they don't have Tiamat or whatever. And then you play as like the 5 different heads, but each head is a different character and they all have to like work together and stuff. The mechanics are so creative, but also built with the Pathfinder system in mind. It just was really cool, like to see. Yeah, I was like, damn, this is really good stuff. All right, did you have any other negatives, or was that the only one for you? Because that's amazing if that was the only one for you.
I mean, I don't really have that many, like, I mean, in terms of running it, everything was fine. One thing that did kind of get to me, and this is just more of a thing of me just not being used to proficiency without level, is trying to come up with DCs for
on the fly.
Not necessarily on the fly, but for established things that have set DCs. So like when somebody's trying to do the normal medicine thing, and the DC for like the extra medicine is a 20, and then needing to jump, then you need to like at that point go back down. Once I got up to higher levels, that's when it got kind of hard for me. At lower levels was fine, but at higher levels it was like, okay, hold on, wait a second. This thing is normally a 40, so I guess it's a 25 now, or is it a 30? And so, but once that was the only thing, and it's just me not being used to proficiency without bonus and being so used to normal Pathfinder at this time and seeing these high numbers. But other than that, I don't think it's not really a negative.
Given all the cheating you could do with donation money and stuff, I honestly didn't even worry about it. I was like, if a stat block has a number, that's the number I'm going to use. So when people were paying for like traps, I was just I pulled in these hazards. The hazards were not adjusting their DCs for level, so I was like, you know what? Somebody paid for this. Yeah, it's a DC 42. It's a DC 42. Go ahead and make that save, DC 42. And some of them were still making the fail. You know what I'm saying? So it was like kind of cool in a way to have them be so ridiculously high. But
so yeah, whenever I had to pull in the trap, I end up like looking at the level, looking at the DC, and just doing the mental math at that moment. It kind of slowed down the game a little bit because you know, me doing mental math, you know, at like 3 a.m.
Yeah. Nah, man, I just owned it. I was like, whatever says, I'm gonna use it.
Every time a trap came up, I was like, please let it be a monster, so I could just pull the monster out and not a trap. I would roll, like they would say trap, so I roll, you know, even odd, and they kept getting hazards. They just kept getting hazards.
Almost all the hazards that got drawn were awesome. Like there was like a field of flowers that put them to sleep in the first encounter, and then in the second encounter, there was a rock fall that killed like 3 people, like just outright killed 3 people. And then at the very end, when they were fighting Tree Razor, I did the 100-mile radius meteor swarm. Yeah, I mean, so it was epic. It was like heavy metal. Yeah. I
did the Annihilation Orb when that.
Oh, that's cool.
Like it's supposed to be like a single orb that comes down and it's a 100-mile radius, like AOE or something like that. That does a lot of kind of fire damage. Well, yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like, I don't know. It sounds like we had some good stuff. Yeah.
Overall good. Minimal downside, I think, especially for a first run. Like,
yeah,
I think, you know, I don't really have anything like, you know, specifically negative, other than, you know, it's just being, you know, me not being used to stuff. That's all.
I think I think we should keep doing it for sure. You know, but knowing that we're gonna do it for sure, I think maybe, and this is a crazy idea, we should decide on a theme like sooner than later, and then we should work on it throughout the year. So then, like, we're not like just crunching. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we just show up like 2 weeks before ExtraLife and we're like, okay, what's everybody's adventure this year? And then, you know, we bust out the adventures. That would be cool. Also, I also had this crazy idea. What if next year, you, me, and Will, we each just do one adventure, and we take a level range, right? We each do one adventure, and then and then that's it. We each do one adventure, and then we just have content filler. You know what I'm saying? Like to just gap fill it, and then that's it. Or, you know, if they do all 3, they go to the final encounter and they finish early. Everybody just hangs out and plays Jackbox games until the 25 hours is up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to go so hard, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, we don't have to go so hard. But,
I mean, we say that.
But here's the thing, and I'm going to blow your mind. You're not ready for what I'm about to tell you, Dom. I'm going to zoom in on your face. With my eyeballs are zooming on your face. I'm going to tell you right now. Because I think that the 2025 ExtraLife Marathon should be Starfinder. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think that'd be pretty fucking cool, man. I'm just saying, we already did Pathfinder. That's 2024, bro. It's Starfinder now, man. I mean, that would be hype.
Smash them together.
I mean, I'd like to smash them together. All right, I don't want to spoil too much, but like, if we did smash them together, I'm calling dibs on Dino Riders, the amazing cartoon from the 1980s, where they had dinosaurs equipped with like robot parts. Yeah, Jaden. It's a Jaden adventure. I'm just saying, I feel like we should definitely be like tapping that Starfinder for next year.
So, for sure, 100%. I will say, I remember getting feedback from some of the people that signed up and then didn't do it. Is that they wanted to be kind of like, with Caves of Chaos, you can make any character you want.
Right.
Whereas with these things, it was kobolds and it was leshies. And if you don't want to play a kobold or a leshie, then you may not want to play in this.
Yeah. So yeah.
I would say for if next one is going to be the last one, I think we should definitely go like, you know, if we're going to do this for adventure, you know, each of us make an adventure, any adventures like that.
Just play anybody. Yeah,
anybody. Because I remember the last Caves of Chaos one when we had the Poppet. There was a Poppet that was tiny, from Volpe. There was a Nathan was playing like somebody who turned 2D, so like a bug person. Like I missed the random just smorgasbord of characters that end up at the end are just so weird.
Yeah, no, I dig that. I dig that. Yeah. So.
But and that's not a saying that having a theme is bad. It's just that we've done it 2 years in a row.
We've done it 3 years in a row now, right? We did Kobolds. No. The Kobolds were inspired by the one shot, right? So we had the yeah. So yeah. No, like I thought that theming it would make it like more like marketable, I guess. But then like social media sort of just fell apart. So like I mean, I'm surprised we made the money that we made, and like it was a pretty lean year for me. I think I came in at like 3,000 something. I mean, I've had years where I made like over 7,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like not really having like Twitter anymore, like not being able to like post on Facebook and have people actually see the content. I mean, I don't know how, other than paying for ads, we were really supposed to like get it out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, I mean, the money that we raised was appreciated, and it was definitely like a surprise to me that we made as much money as we did, because like I had no real way to kind of get that information out other than to shout it out during our games and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. We don't have that captive audience either that we used to have. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, this community, man. This community.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, well, I'm playing the long game now. In my phone game, I'm now in the top 2 guild on my server. These guys have so much money. Like, it's more money than you could ever possibly understand. You know what I'm saying? Because they spend thousands of dollars a week on a phone game, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do my best to be like, yeah, I'm a good member of this community. I love you guys. And the next year, when it's Extra Lifetime, I'm gonna be like, hey man, I've been working hard for this guild for a whole year. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you guys want to help out this charity. And then these people that drop thousands of dollars a week on a phone game, they're gonna be like, oh, your goal's only $5,000. Here's $5,000. That's what I mean. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Knowing whales, they like paying to win. So there's like,
yeah. Wait, how many gashapons are there? 100? Oh, I'll just buy them all. Yeah. That's what my plan is. You know what I'm saying? That's what my plan is.
Now we gotta come with like 200 gashapons now because of this.
No. We definitely don't need to. Well, we'll just come up with other crap for them to do. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I think I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be the last year or not. Like maybe I'll just start, I don't know, taking care of myself, like taking vitamins and sleeping and stuff. Yeah.
We could. I mean, if you want. I mean, after that, it could just be the Crash Gym. What is it? CrashCon.
Yeah. So like AJ Falcon, right, from Falcon Forge Fantasy, he does a yearly convention for his server, and so like we did like the summer birthdays. Like small get together, right? That was like, like people that I've known a long time, and not a huge amount of people, right? And I guess because first of all, I hate people, so I wanted to see like, can I stomach being around human beings in that quantity for that amount of time? And I had a really good time at the summer birthday party. I thought that was really good. I thought it was a great time. So that was sort of like the test run of like the AJ Falcon, like, Falcon Con kind of deal. So like, I was thinking, like what if year 10 is the last 25-hour marathon, and then we just switch over to like getting a venue somewhere for Extra Life weekend, having people like fly in, drive in, like show up in person, and then we all just like hang out at that venue and like play games all weekend, like, and then like we stream it and we we put it out there. We're trying to raise money for charity and all that. I don't know. I feel like that could be a way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's more than I thought. Than I was mentioning. So yeah.
I mean, another thing we could do, a simpler thing, is just to go the Red Kobold gaming route. You know what I'm saying? And just run Extra Life games throughout the year. Like you do small Extra Life games throughout the year.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like the when Extra Life time comes around,
Yeah.
Extra Life starts. We just say, okay, once a month, everybody, you probably run, 1-2 shot or 1 shot or 2 shot. That's Extra Life. Little ones 1-2 shot or for Extra Life, I run a 1 or 2 shot for Extra Life, and we just have, because there's a lot of people on the server, and I mean, everybody can get inside one of the long form games, and like it's great if they like with the little test run 1 shot I did for the thing. People were interested to try it out. So having these new people that want to jump in and just do and make it crazy like Extra Life 2. Like these 1 shots can be Extra Life 1 shots or 2 shots. We just run them for like 3 months.
And we did that one, what, two years ago, right? Where it was like the whole weekend was like games, like 48 hours or 72 hours of like games and stuff. But like we discussed, like that ended up being like more work for me at least.
That's because we crammed everything into that one.
Right. But if we had like Extra Life season, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like Extra Life season.
Fall is Extra Life season.
Yeah, that could be cool. And then we could encourage a lot of people to do a lot of things and play a lot of games. And then we're not just restricted to TTRPGs either, right? Yeah. So we could do like we'll play horror games together or something, right? Like I think people would like to see us play Phasmophobia or whatever as like 4-player Phasmophobia and see us all scared shitless. Like there's a lot of other things we could do,
Yeah.
Like
I remember the that year that we did all of us playing made games. I remember Lex made a puzzle thing, and all the puzzle people on the server.
Oh yeah,
did that puzzle thing. But yeah, I mean it's great. I have more options out there.
I like that. I like Extra Life season. Yeah, I kind of like that. And really the way that they've been marketing Extra Life, they have kind of moved away from the do the marathon. Like they didn't even combine like visit chat from what I could tell like this year. And they that's the first year that we didn't see somebody from Extra Life pop into chat to like say hi and see what we're doing, because I think as like a company they're kind of moving away from the marathon format. Because I mean, it ain't healthy.
Healthy.
I mean, they don't want to be responsible for somebody like overdosing on NOS at their computer or whatever. Yeah. So like, But I do think that like year 10, I mean, one last marathon. I mean, you can't stop on year 9. You can't stop on year 9. But that means people need to know that 2025 is going to be the last 25-hour marathon. Like, so I mean, when we ask if people want to sign up, I mean, I hope we actually get more than 8 people this year. You know what I'm saying? Not that we didn't have the 8 best people for the job. I think we had 8 fantastic players.
We did.
I will say I was missing Red Cobalt gaming though. I was definitely missing Red Cobalt. I was missing Red hard. I kept looking around during the marathon. Where's Red? Why isn't Red here? But that's okay. But yeah, it was really good. It was a really good experience. All right, so if we got the negatives out of the way, we got some of the sort of, I don't know, like what's next. Yeah, what's next out of the way. What was one of your top moments from the marathon? Like what were you like? What were you like? Damn, that was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so we have a few. So there was one close to the end, right before they went to go fight Tree Razor. You know how Will like seeded a bunch of leshies that to find, and if he finds them and bring them back, they get a gachapon, right?
Yeah.
So they found the last one inside the what you call it?
The spa?
The spa, not the spa. The club.
Oh, okay.
The Rutabaga one. And so they bring him back, and I forgot what his name was, but he pulled the gachapon, and and I made it so that the gachapon that gets pulled from the Leshy is a 5.
Oh wow!
Right?
Okay.
So if they save the thing and they bring him back, the one that he pulls is a 5er. And so the one that got pulled was like the worst gachapon, the one that makes everybody diminutive.
Oh man! But they were in the tavern though, right? So
yeah, in the tavern, but they're supposed to be like that for 1 meta hour.
Yeah.
They have 1 meta hour left to fight Tree Razor. Well, this was when they turned level 20, and the Bard Lex got a spell that you can write. You can say one phrase, and it sort of becomes true or something like that. So like you can like this thing. There's one spell like that, and they get it.
Okay.
It's a level 10 spell, and so I told them if they snap this Leshy with the phrase that he never existed, they didn't save it, he didn't make it, I'll say this Gachapon didn't activate.
Oh my god! So he sang that dude out of existence?
Yeah, he snapped. There's a meme on the. If you go to the thing, I think we'll put a meme in the purple.
Oh, I'm in green. Hold on, I gotta switch to purple. Hold on.
No. In the Discord.
Oh, on Discord. Okay, let me see.
Yeah, I think there's like a. Oh yeah, there's two. Yeah, we'll put 2 memes in there. Also,
are you in green? Like, are you in the green world? Can you just paste it in? Well, because I'll lose your camera if I start searching through Discord.
Okay, yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, so if you copy pasta it into green, I can see it.
I'm not in green.
That's okay.
I'll go to green. I'll go to purple real quick.
All right.
Yeah, and I'll post it in there. It was hilarious because there's that. Also, one of the first Gachapons Alexis character got was the teeth that gave them human teeth. And then Will's been photoshopping everybody as soon as they get something.
Yeah.
So when his character, every single time he had a new character in, it came in with the teeth, with the same Photoshop teeth.
Incredible.
Yeah, so good. Well, let me find the meme.
Will has been the ultimate ExtraLife wingman for years now. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything. So there's that, the snapping of one little Leshy. What else? Man, it was. I guess in the spa, they got through it without any combat.
Okay.
By being matchmakers.
Nice.
For between Anna Concrete, what's his name? The Bogwood.
Yeah.
And a gibbering mouther named Miranda. So I was very proud of them for not getting into any combat, even though
And then they immediately go into the next one and try to kill everybody.
Yeah. Okay, I'm in purple.
Okay.
Green. Needs to be posted. So there's this meme.
Oh my god, the hardest choices require the strongest wills.
And then here's the other one. Because the person who saved them was Remy's character, who's the Onion Knight. So this is the Leshy that's the Leshy that got snapped. And, person who saved them.
Oh, and that's the Onion Santa beard because they became god of Santa to fight Krampus, right?
Yeah, they became god of Santa to fight Krampus. Yeah.
Oh my god. So I've been thinking about asking Cadenex, like, listen, bro, every year you're extremely generous, you donate a ton of money, but you only do it to sow chaos. Have you considered? Maybe just like, I don't know. I mean, it works. But yeah, like when he dropped Krampus on us, and then Krampus was actually a stat block, an official, not a battle zoo, an official Bestiary 3 stat block, and it was a good ass stat block. I was like, damn. Like, is there anything that this fucking Pathfinder 2 can't do? Like, this is crazy. He was such a good stat block. It was such a cool fight. Like, Oh my god. Amazing.
I mean,
amazing.
Our Krampus got wrecked by Santa, though.
Oh, really? Ours was like one of the coolest fights of the thing. Was Krampus had So what I did is I had Eben Fang be on the spaceship, and he's running away from Krampus, right? And then he kind of bamboozles the party into like, let me go with you. I promise I'll help you if you help me with Krampus, kind of thing. And then Krampus is coming up the stairs like to get him, and he. We all roll into initiative, and then Haley is just like, I drop drawers and aim my butt right at Krampus for a spanking. And I was just like, hey, it's 2 or 3 in the morning, whatever, right? And so Krampus is like, oh, are you a good little Leshy kind of deal? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, then we don't have a problem. I'll deal with you when I'm done with these naughty kids. And he walks right past her, and she lets him walk past him or whatever. And then as soon as the fight starts, she stabs him in the back for 90 damage. And then we were off to the races. We were just off to the races at that point. And he's throwing them into his bag, and the bag is making them turn into babies. And then they're like babies in the bag. And then in order to escape the bag, because they had a DC like 39, because for some reason it didn't de-level with all his other saves. So like, so I just kept it because I said if it didn't get auto leveled, then we just played it as this was like a DC 39 escape. So they knew they couldn't escape, and so once there were 3 out of 4 of them in the bag, they just juiced themselves to escape. So they juiced themselves in the bag. They blew up over and over, but it's exponential space, so it didn't do any damage. But the one cleric who it turned out was a Catholic priest. The one cleric that was left, he just stood before Krampus and basically like finished him off on his own. And it was like definitely the biggest moment for that character in the campaign was being the last man standing and then like taking out Krampus. We were this close to going to Ebenfang time. Because like that was the closest they came to a full TPK, but because they all would have died in the same turn or whatever. But yeah, I was like, damn, that was cool. Like, and then it's kind of like Christmas time ish, right? Because it's November, So it was fun. It was a cool one to add. It was cool to add.
Past Halloween is Christmas time,
Yeah, sure. And so, but really, I'm still a week later in awe that like they have an official stat block for Krampus, and it's good. And then when they killed him, I let him take Krampus's chains, off his body as like the drop or whatever, and it was like a Diablo item. It had like a title that was like 17 adjectives long because this thing it was worth like 77,000 gold or something stupid like that. Yep. It was I don't know. It was very cool. Yep. It was very cool.
Remy was the one who picked up the chain afterwards.
Yeah.
What happened for us with that Krampus fight? The same thing. I had him sit. Ebenfang and Krampus were in the like the area where like the tables are, like the benches, like look at the kitchen area. They're sitting down working on the list, and like I guess Ebenfang was trying to get himself off the night list. Trying to negotiate himself off the night list. Okay. When they walked in, and so he had said, "Hey, help me." So same thing. Fight broke out, and then what ended up happening is Remy was dropping mad banes and boons to make sure this guy don't do anything.
Right.
All the time, and then afterwards he got Santa. And afterwards, so what I made when I made him get Santa, he can choose somebody to be nice that Krampus doesn't get them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then he chose himself.
Oh my god!
And so Krampus was like having a hard time just getting past him as a fighter.
Yeah.
With his because I think he also had the mace that did not do anything to resistances. So he was doing full damage to it the entire time.
Oh my goodness!
Honestly, Santa saved him.
Well, which is a good what's a good scenario, right? That's a good scenario,
which makes sense, yeah. Without Santa though. There's gonna be a lot of people getting stuck into that.
Well, and then I saw that he had this cold iron spike chain, and like if they hadn't gotten the 7 flails of Slate Tit or whatever, and made the ultimate flail of ultimate destiny, like this would have been a pretty good item to bring into the fight. Yeah, against Tree Razor or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So, we got 12 minutes. Let's talk about the Tree Razor fight. You guys just paid to win, right? You guys just paid to win. Yeah.
Remy paid to become Gygax. Got Kaiju. I mean, we had pretty much everybody got Kaiju like twice. Kind of. He had because Remy did the did the platinum membership from the thing, and so at the end of the thing, he got the Kaiju spell cast on him.
Okay.
Made him 5x5 already, and then he got paid to Kaiju. So he was huge. Had like a 60-foot range on his attacks, on his melee attacks, and then Larry's character also got Kaiju. And so it was just the Bard, Lex, I think Druid, who was Darby, just supporting Kaiju Larry and Kaiju Remy's character,
Mm-mm.
and it got we it didn't start until like we were like almost an hour away from ending, from reaching 25 hours. So everybody was already tired and ready to go to sleep. They went and did the fight. The Chi-Razor was going to start off by doing a time stop and like do everything, but then got reactive strike from 60 feet across the thing, and then Remy
how do you get
reactive
strike from 60 feet away?
He has a hit because he got kaiju'd. The spell it does makes you gives you an unarmed strike with a 60-foot range.
Oh, the kaiju form. Okay.
The kaiju form. So he used that, and so he used reactive strike with that, and then he locked and loaded it. So it became a crit and stopped him from casting time stop.
Wow.
After that, it was pretty much oof.
Dang, my Chi-Razor put up a bit of a fight. I'm gonna say that. I mean, he only lasted 2 rounds, but he was definitely handing it out. Like I was enjoying him as a hazard boss, like a Dom hazard boss. I thought he did a good job with what he was doing. But their strat going in was they just burned everything they had, like all their consumables, and they just comboed them together. So they fused into like one thing. So they 2 people fused into one. So this was the monk rogue and the fighter. And so they fused into one creature with the +10 one, the god grafting, like the one that gives you +10. Then they kaiju'd themselves with the thing that kaijus you. Then they used the mirror seed to clone themselves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I gave them this, since they were doing all that and they had essentially 4 heads, I gave them this move from the fusion book. Where is it? Let's see. Was it robust health? Oh my god, they had so many feats by the end. It was stupid. Fused body, combined movement. Where is it? Basically, it allowed them to fire a laser beam, but in order to do it, they had to use 2 Pac-Mans on their turn, and then each of the 4 heads had to use 2 Pac-Mans in the same turn without being interrupted. And if they got to the 4th person, and the 4th person used their 2 Pac-Mans for a total of 8 Pac-Mans, it busted out this like sick ass like laser beam. It was incredible. I'm just trying to figure out like where I don't even know. There was like so much going on. It was nuts. But they used that in the second round. So in the first round, they had their 2 cloned kaijus just bust out 7 attacks each. So like 14 attacks on this guy. Then they paid for like another activation. So it was like 16 attacks on him. That brought him to like bloodied in like the first round. And then in the second round, they did like the Kamikamikai fusion, touching the fingertips together, and just all 4 mushroom heads just gonna like wah, like fire this like giant laser. And it was incredible.
Oh
yeah.
I do gotta ask something. What's the deal with Manny's things?
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What's the deal with Manny's things?
So Lex's character got the deck of Manny's things.
Yeah.
And the first thing he did was pull out Manny's wife.
Okay.
And so
unfortunately, Manny's wife had secret text on it, right? It didn't. Okay. So in the design document for the gashapons, it does mention that like Manny's wife, like what Manny's wife is all about or whatever. Basically, she's Manny's wife. That's all.
So looking at her stat block, it was like a weird eldritch creature, and so I just made her play as a wife, looking for a husband.
Yeah.
And then weird stuff happened as things
Okay, but
as they were going on.
all right, but you know the meme that's going around now, right? So Manny's gonna look over at you, and he's gonna look over at his wife, and he's gonna say, "Hear me out." You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't choose who you love, bro. Manny's wife might be an Eldritch horror, but that doesn't mean she's not Manny's wife. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I'm too old for this.
Wait, so you guys were like upset that Manny's wife was a Eldritch horror?
No, not upset. I was just confused. I was just confused.
I wish you had pulled Manny's fears. You know what I'm saying? Because look at this honk boy. Yeah. But my guys pulled Manny, the deck of Manny things as their last Gashapon or whatever. So it was just kind of like, it's whatever.
So it was kind of funny because what happened is while they're on the ship, I think Lex got juiced. And he was standing right next to Manny's wife, and so she has the regeneration. So I had him get juiced. He used her point to stay alive. It blew a hole through her chest, and she looked down at it and looked at him and says, "Oh, are you okay?"
Yeah.
And it started regenerating. And then Lex was like, "What the heck? What's going on?" And
deactivated by mental or holy damage.
Yeah. And then she oh, let me help you guys out here. And she opened up her bag and a tentacle flew out and hit something.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I don't see what's so weird. In Galarian, I mean, that's not that weird. Your wife to be
No, I guess not. No.
But when you think about the fact that his dog is literally a -1 regular dog, and his horse is just a regular level 1 horse.
Man. Okay, hold on. Another crazy moment. In the first dungeon, they got one of the 5 stacks was the dog that sacrificed itself for you, and so they all got their dogs. And they're like, man, I don't want to feel like carrying these dogs around. We're just gonna send them in to die. Like all of them were like that. They were like, they went to
wow.
They ran up to the shambling mounds and the lizards, and they just sent the dogs in. And then one dog, I don't know why, but I was just missing all the time. Like all the shock lizards are around him, trying to bite and do stuff. I just couldn't roll higher than a 2.
Yeah, but the dogs were invincible. They had resist 1,000, resist all 1,000, right?
They didn't.
Oh, I thought we made the saviors to have resist all 1,000. Yeah, I mean, all damage 1,000.
Okay, when I pulled them out, they didn't have it.
Oh, damn, bro.
My bad.
I was about to say, that's a good strategy.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let me see the purple ones. Let me see. Nah, man, that's right there. All damage 1,000.
Oh, well, I must have missed it.
Well, when you were applying damage to it, it shouldn't have taken any damage, right?
No, they took damage.
What?
Yeah, that's how they died.
Hold on. All right, let's see. Let's throw this dagger out here. Unarmed strike. There you go. From a level 1 creature. And I rolled a 2. Good. My Tuesday rolls haven't stopped. Alright, so we're going to roll this. Alright, 1 damage. He has 1 hit point, so this should kill him, right? Yeah, it takes no damage.
I don't know what happened then.
Okay. You just like murdering dogs, I guess. Dang.
No,
look at this.
So they got the effect on them, and it said savior, and they were like, okay, and they just
oh, Remy calling you out. He said that you gave them regular dogs. Did you give them regular dogs, or did you give them this guy?
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, let me look
at this. Did you give him Manny's dogs? All right, Remy. Look at these. Which dog did he give you? The left one or the right one?
Yeah. I'm looking at the stream now. No, I didn't give him that dog.
Well, that's the Selfless Savior. It's an iconic Magic the Gathering card.
Why was that not linked onto the on the?
It literally says Selfless Savior. We were in a group together when we made it. I mean, it's over now. It's over now.
It's over now. Yeah.
Wow. You killed Manny's dogs. You guys are monsters over there on purple. Wow. Oof, you're going to hell for sure. Damn.
Hey,
okay.
I wasn't the one who commanded these animals.
Wow. Dang, Remy, look what you missed out on. This dude had a resist 1,000 to all damage. You could have just coasted through the whole campaign. You had 5 of these. Dang.
Rennie's dog. I like 8 lizards.
Right, that's the one that you couldn't land a hit on.
Yeah.
Man.
Scammed.
Wow. Getting a refund issued. Damn.
Yeah,
all right.
When you hire a first time 25-hour DM for this.
Oh man. Well, anyways, I think overall Pathfinder Marathon was a success. I know we had our doubts. I know a lot of people had their doubts. I know Josh Butler had his doubts because he signed up right away and then he backed out because he didn't think it was gonna work. But it did work. So like, I think it was pretty damn good. So I think one more 25-hour marathon, Starfinder, Pathfinder, Ultra mashup. Yeah, that'll be good stuff. But we can't go all out though. We can't go, even though it's gonna be the last one. We couldn't possibly return to the Caves of Chaos for the last year, right? That'd be crazy to get the old Caves of Chaos maps out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. One last ride. Oh man, be pretty good. Okay.
I can make something for the Acid Lake map again.
Oh man, return to the Caves of Chaos for the last one.
You know, man, if this is the last one, we gotta bring back like every single
thing from everything. Ultimate Battle for Ultimate Destiny, Smash Bros. Everyone's here.
Master Chief needs to show back up.
Oh yeah, Master Chief. We gotta have it all, baby. Like every cool thing that's ever happened. It's gotta be like a bad Marvel multiverse movie. We just gotta force the Easter eggs on them. We just everything. Everything. We gotta have Shark Cat ride in on top of Triger. Well, I mean, we gotta have all that stuff, man. Whew. Yeah, it's gonna be good stuff. Yeah. I feel like every year there was actual like things that could happen in the Caves of Chaos, and no one ever did any of the things that could happen in the Caves of Chaos. Like there was always like distractions, and you go here and you go there, or whatever. Because 25 hours really isn't a lot of time to play D&D. Truth be told, yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Well, I mean, if that's the case, are we allowing returning characters? I feel like I would allow returning characters, but through terrible circumstances in their life, they've lost all of the power and wealth that they gained. So, like, you could, for nostalgia's sake, play like a veteran of the Caves of Chaos, but they'd be level 1 like everybody else and have, starting equipment. Yeah. But, like, that'd be kind of fun.
All their equipment from the other universe just doesn't work here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they came over to Galarian. Yeah. They walked down the wrong street and they're in Galarian now. They got to start their whole life over. Could be cool.
They got hit by a truck.
Dang. Yeah, that could be pretty good. All right. Enjoy your night. And I don't know if you have a 3-day weekend, but enjoy your weekend. And
I don't.
Oh, that sucks. Fortunately, in my area, we worship the military, so we have Monday off. So, yep. Gonna spend a whole day playing Baldur's Gate 3 with my kid, hanging out with my dogs. It's gonna be nice. All right, man. Enjoy your Friday night. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you later.
Take care.
All right. Thanks everybody in chat, and thank you for helping us raise over $4,000 this year for Extra Life charities. It's not too late. You could donate more money. You could also keep an eye out for the Peanut run one-shot adventure, Hell's Kitchen, which may or may not happen before the end of the year, and all proceeds from that will be added to the Extra Life pile, because it does run all the way through the 31st of December. All right, I'll be back tomorrow morning to prep and run some Outlaws of Alcastar High Noon, and all right, see you guys next time.
All right.